Hello everyone, welcome to Best T-shirt Designs. Today I'm going to show you guys. I get these questions most of the time that how can we make a design without taking any kind of external vectors or without taking a vector from FreePic. So this is how you can make your design. Like I needed some. I'm going to make a mom and son T-shirt design today, and for this I needed two vectors of a kid sitting and a woman sitting so that I can represent it like mom and son sitting together watching something kind of that. So that's why I was searching like online and I get these images, so I take them here and then I draw them with pen tool, and this is how you can precisely make your drawing. So as you can see, these are really detailed drawing because I make them by whatever I want to keep the details. Wherever I want to keep the details I can keep it. So that's how you can make it. I could have done a simple silhouette by tracing the image, but that was not would not be like a detailed design like this. So that's how you can do a vector like this from images, and then you can make your designs. So this is the text I'm going to use in my today's video, and of course this is going to be a very big design. Like you can see tons of text here, and for that I wanted to make it like this is going to be the focus text of my design, mother and son. So I'm going to take a bolder looking font for this one, so maybe Enamela. So this is the font name, guys. You will comment for the font name. So this is the font name. You can download this from Google or wherever you found. So this is the first text of my this design, mother and son. This is going to be the focus text, so I'm going to keep it big like this. And then for this one here, this is just a supportive text, and here is another text that is called heart to heart. So I want to keep it another focus text of mine, and for that I am going to place my text like that, or I can use some ribbons in my design to give it a exceptional look. Something like I'm not placing the text like as they are line by line. I'm adding some graphics with my text. So here is a ribbon I am going to use in my this video. I have shared this ribbon bundle with my group. If you don't have them, you can find them on my Facebook group. You will find the download link in that. You will find the group link in the description, not the download link, and you can download it from there. So this is going to be my text part here. Now I'm going to keep the I'm going to keep the font styles pretty similar here. I don't want to use too many different style fonts, and there is a curve in the ribbon like this, so I am going to make a curve in my this mother and son text. So go to wrap and then arc lower maybe. Yeah, that is fine. Let's go to minus value, kind of minus 20%. That is good. Let's make it bigger. So this is how it is going to look right now. I can simply select them and align them center wise, but they are already centered and this is not looking very perfect way. I think this is looking perfect. Okay, so we can do the modifications like this just to keep the design kind of similar looking, and that is good. And this one is I'm going to, okay guys, so as you can see this text is kind of longer, not always eye to eye. So I can put it in here in this ribbon, but or I can put it like, but always heart to heart. I can put this heart to heart in my this ribbon. Let's see what fits in perfectly. So this heart to heart is good, I think. Let's break the font here. Now maybe a bit bigger in size because the ribbon wide is kind of wider. So let's go to effect, wrap, and then arc this time, not minus, this time in plus direction, so that I can fit my ribbon or my text in the ribbon like this. So this is going to look like this arc is not a perfect arc, like it is not matching with the arc of the ribbon. So I can modify this effect here. I have to go to this properties panel. You can go to windows and then properties if you don't have this panel. So if I select this text in this wrap arc option, I can increase the size of the arc I want here, kind of this, not always heart to heart. Maybe I can make it a bit bigger. So that much is fine for me. I think. And we move the ribbon a little bit, so let's break the style here, and then we can modify our text just to match with my ribbon here, nothing else. So as you can see, this is looking like this part of the ribbon is overlapping here. So if I select my this heart to heart text, I am going to make a offset path for that, maybe 10 or 20 pixel. Let's keep it 20 point. Click OK, make unite, and then press Ctrl X. So I have the offset path of my this text. If I select this ribbon and then press Ctrl F and then press shift and click on this ribbon again, this is basically going to select the offset path and the ribbon together. Now I can simply click on this minus front option on the pathfinder tool, pathfinder option, and this is going to erase the area from the ribbon. I could have placed that inside the transparency, but I don't want to do that for now because that is kind of a small thing. I don't need to have it forever. Like, I don't want to make changes here, so that's why I use the minus front option. Most of the time I will like I use transparency, but not in this one. So I'm going to place my this text here, and I want to match it with the curve of my that mother and son text. So this is not matching, so simply I can make the curve bigger, like the number bigger, so that it will fit perfectly, something kind of this. Not always eye to eye, but always heart to heart. So this text I am going to make it same font, and then okay, let's not use same font here, let's make a variation here. So I will maybe use, I don't know, this Narmada is a good font, but yeah, but always this text should be like, should look kind of okay. Guys, sorry for that, I want to keep it all same font because that is not being very readable here, kind of this is making some problem. Let's break it and then expand appearance, because whenever, like you can see here, we applied a effect here that is called arc lower. So this is looking like this, but if this text work is done, we have to expand it, expand appearance, so that it becomes one shape. No problem with the effect anymore. So this, but always heart to heart, I am going to keep it. Let's break it, so that is fine. I am going to make them a group, then these two ribbon and my heart text, heart to heart text, a group. Then I can simply select everything here, and then I can make it like bigger or smaller, however I want it. Here I want to keep my but always text a little bit, like I want to make it visible here. So let's take a rounded ellipse here. I don't know how it will look, something like this. Ctrl X, Ctrl B to paste it back. I am selecting my text and then this shape, then align them center wise. So this is the perfect center position of that text. Now this is looking like that. Let's apply the, okay, before applying the effect we need to make it a group, or let's make it this shape, let's make it a stroke. 10 point or 20 point stroke is good. So I need to make it a bit smaller, kind of this, that is fine. Now let's make it a group, and then I'm going to effect, wrap, and then arc. It is going to apply like that. Same 20% arc is going to be a bit bigger for my this text, because this is a small text and I don't want it to be that much bigger here, kind of this, maybe a bit. Okay, I can bring that a bit down like this, then I can adjust the position of it. So as you can see, this is how it is looking. This part is overlapping with my ribbon, but I will fix that. Let's expand, sorry for that, not rasterize, expand appearance. So this is now expanded. If I click here like this part to select this rectangle here, round rectangle, this is in a stroke mode. So if I Ctrl C to copy it, now if I select my this group, open the transparency for it, and then press Ctrl F. So Ctrl F will paste it in front, like where it was exactly. Now it is in a stroke. If I make it feel like Shift X, it is going to hide my that area, and that is fine for me, I think. I can simply make a copy of it, Control C, then come out of the transparency. Now let's select our this text and make it a little overlapping with my this group, then open the transparency for it, press Ctrl F. So this is going to look like this. I think that is fine. Or simply I can select this one. This is the shape. I can make offset path for it so that it looks like that. Okay, I don't think that is good, looking good. Let's move that. I'm going to bring this down like this, a little gap between the text. Then I can select my this option, and inside the transparency whatever we pasted we can delete that. Now I have my text part is ready for this option here. Sorry guys. So this is going to be the first part of my text, mother and son, not always eye to eye but always heart to heart. So this is the second part of my text. Now as you can see, we are using a ribbon here. So this ribbon is just to keep this text a focus. So heart to heart text a focus. Now I have another text here, that is the focus text, that is I love you son. So this text is my another focus text. So what I can do here is I can simply break them and double click to isolate the group, select everything. I'm going to align them all in this center, like this bottom position. This is not perfect, this comma should be kind of lower place, something like this area, but that is not the important part here. So I am making this like making it like that. Now this is my group. If I ungroup it, you will see whatever we pasted inside the transparency, that is coming out. I'm going to delete that part, and then this is my ribbon. I'm going to move it in the opposite direction, because this part I want to make it in this direction. So that's why I'm going to place it center wise, but that is not the center position. I think first of all I'm keeping it like this. Let's go to effect, wrap, and then arc. This time I'm going to come in this negative value, like -20%, but this is not fitting here. So let's decrease the amount, like -15%. That is I think good, but I need to make some changes here, like this should be in the center position of my ribbon. Or I can simply take my ribbon. Okay, let's not take the ribbon. Let's first of all break my text. That is fine. Now I am going to make it, move it simply like this. This is not very perfect way of making a design, but this is I am just trying to fit it with my ribbon. So I am selecting my I love you son text. I am going to make a offset path for it, kind of this much, 6 pixel. Let's unite, then Ctrl X to cut. Now I am selecting my ribbon, Ctrl F to paste in front, then select my ribbon again, then click on this minus front. It is going to minus the area that is of the ribbon overlapping with my text. So this is my text is now fine, I think. Let's move it, like let's place it something like this. I have to make it same size, wider with the other text. Now this is the position of my text here, that is fine. Now here I have another some more lines, like no matter how much I say I love you son. So this text should be like kind of in this position, no matter how much I say I love you son, and then I always love you more than that. So this text I'm going to make it same size. Now okay, so let's take it more than that. I'm going to keep it a same style look for that this mother and son text. So I'm going to break it first of all more than that. That is the focus text here. Let's keep it here. Now we applied a arc lower effect on mother and son text. I'm going to reverse that. So I'm going to now apply arc upper, and that will be same, because that is arc lower. Now in the opposite side I am applying arc upper, and now this is I think not the perfect size for that. Let's increase the effect like 20%, and let's see how it is looking, kind of this, and that is fine. So this is now my text for that area. Let's expand it. I don't need that anymore. So I always love you, I'm going to place it kind of here, then wrap and then arc. Okay, not that much, maybe 15%, or let's see how it is fitting in here. I think that is, the arc is not right yet, so I have to make it kind of 10%, and then it is going to match with the proportion of my text. So selecting this part, this much is good. I think it can take some time to adjust the curve of the text. Now that is 20% is a bit bigger, minus 14% should look good. Yeah, that is fine. Okay, so this text, this part I want to keep it kind of this. Now that can make my, that is overlapping with my ribbon, and I don't want that. So what I can do here is I can simply select my this text and then go to effect, wrap and then arc, obviously in minus direction, like in minus value, so that it fits with the arc of my ribbon. I think that is good. Let's break this font, expand the effect here. Now for this one here I'm going to again break the font, and then I'm going to expand the appearance. That is fine. Now I think that is fine. If I select everything here, I can click here to make this my key object, and then I can align it center wise, like everything will align to this object now, and that is good, I think. So this much I want to make offset path for my that text a bit bigger in size, kind of 20 pixel. Okay, before that I want to move it a little up so that it's not overlapping with my ribbon. Then I'm going to make it this 20 pixel offset path. Okay, for that Ctrl X to cut. I'm selecting this shape, this ribbon, then inside the transparency I'm going to press Ctrl F. So this is going to hide it from that area. Now I'm going to hide it like this. Then I'm going to hide this part of the design too, just to make it clearly visible, and that is fine. I'm clicking here. Now as you can see, when we align that center wise, this text is destroyed. So I can fix it like this. I have to bring in like this, I think, or I can make it simply a bit smaller so that it is not overlapping anything. It is not overlapping with any of my ribbon part, kind of this. And when it is done, I have to make it a group. So these three I don't want to change that position because I applied some effect there. Let's make them, select them and make them a group. So that much is done. Let's select it like this, and as you can see here, I also made some mistakes, like this part should be like this. So I am going to select this two and make it a group. Everything that I don't want to move from its place, I have to make it a group. Now I am selecting this one to align it with the, like aligning everything with that part of my design. So that is fine. Now for this area, this center position, I wanted to use my these graphics. Now I did a lots of work to make them, so I don't want to just place them smaller so that it's not visible. So I'm going to make it bigger. First of all, I am going to make the proportions right, like the mom and son, they should be bigger and smaller, kind of this. I think that is fine for me. Now I am going to select them both and then align them in this position. That is fine. Let's make it a group. So that is fine. Now this part of my design is done. Now for this center point of the design, center position, it's looking like something empty here, so I can fix that. Let's first of all select my pen tool, kind of this, so that I can make a base point like this. So this base, by base point I mean that I am going to make them sit on something, kind of this. So this is not a perfect circle here, not a perfect shape, but it will still get our work done. So this woman is sitting in a slightly different position. It should be, she should sit like this, maybe kind of this. Yeah, so that is the position of they are sitting here. Now we can simply make them watch something. Let's create a ellipse here. That much is good. Control X, Control B to paste in back. I'm going to change the colors of it so that it's like, it looks like they are watching something. And I want to make it go all the way into my ribbon so that I can hide that part with the ribbon there. So that is fine. I'm selecting eraser tool so that I can erase this part of the ellipse and make it look like this, or maybe just another a little bit more. That is fine. Okay, so that part is looking good, but still I am not satisfied, so I am going to take my pen tool to join this part. Then I am going to make a line like this. Then I can modify the lines so that it matches the arc of my this text here, then kind of this. And then I'm going to select this one, Control X. I'm going to select this one and this one, then press Control B. So it is going to paste in the back of the design. Kind of that much is good. Let's select our this shape. I want to make it same size with my that sun effect we are creating here, because that's how it will look like. That part is not coming out of the of that area, so that is fine. Now as you can see, this part is making some trouble, so let's select our this ribbon here, only the ribbon. Control C to copy it. I'm selecting my this sun, then open the transparency, press Control F. Now merge unite here, so it is going to hide this part of the sun, and then I'm going to hide this part also with drawing a custom shape there. So that is good. And for this area, that's looking fine, no problem. Let's fill some of these areas. Like I'm going to create a star here, then another small star here, slightly smaller than that one, maybe this one here, this one here. Okay, I'm going to make it black for now, and then I'm going to reflect it so that it is fitting in this area of the design. That is fine. Let's select them again and then bring a copy of it. I'm pressing Ctrl R. Now I want to reflect it horizontally, but that is not looking very good because I have to change the direction of the stars here. This one, and then this one here. So that is fine. Now I am selecting this group and then making them here, copying them in this direction, and I think we are done. Okay, so this is my final design for this one. I'm selecting all of it. I'm going to expand it here because there may be some shapes, maybe some strokes. Everything will be expanded like this. And for the sun here, I wanted to make it not look like a plain shape, so let's add some shapes inside the sun effect, kind of this, then on here, and then here reflect it. Okay, so this is just some basic things. Maybe they are looking at some birds, so let's create some bird here. Okay, we are inside the transparency, so you cannot see it. Like here I want to make a shape like this, then shape builder to erase it. This is my shape. Now I am selecting this one, Control C, Control F, then Control R for reflecting it. So I can place it kind of this, and then here maybe. Let's select our shape builder so that we can erase this part of the design that we don't want. And this is our bolt. Let's unite, Ctrl X to cut, selecting this one, Ctrl V for pasting it here. Now let's place the bars kind of just a little smaller so that it is something there looking at. Okay guys, so that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new from this one. This video is not about making this design, it is making this graphics from a image, from an online image. You can make your own graphics by using your pen tool. So that's it for today's video. I hope you learned something new. See you in the next video guys. Have a great time. Thank you everyone.